Hello YouTube, I am Centinator, the leader of Team Haruhi. For several months now I have been backing a rather infamous freelance journalist called Liam Robertson, aka Dr. Cupcakes. Many people came to know him through his Shovel Knight Smash Bros rumour. Other rumours from Liam include a cancelled Kid Icarus game for the Wii, a much further delay for Star Fox Zero, and a Metroid pitch by Castlevania developer Mercury Steam. He has also had information on the Hero franchise, but mostly keeps to Nintendo's territory. Being freelance gives you a lot of benefits, and you tend to gather information to help people I should know I used to be involved with. One advantage of freelance work is you often hear about things long before the public gain access to the information. However, as your stories will sometimes include the opinions from people you have gained the information from, you can quickly get an angry mob of haters. This is why I quit years ago. I respect Liam for being able to stick around the place despite how many people instantly dismiss his stories as garbage. While I understand scepticism in Liam's rumours because of how they play out, I think it's important to take a look at them reasonably. One example is in his Shovel Knight story. He posted a story about Shovel Knight coming into Smash Bros through DLC and him getting an amiibo. This happened just several hours after a Spanish website posted a listing for a Smash Bros Shovel Knight amiibo on their store. For him to write an article that quickly while sending it to Nintendo Life's moderation team for approval must make him extraordinarily fast, if he was jumping on the bandwagon or just outright making it up. It also means that if he was making up the story, the retailers that backed up the information must also have got back to him within the hour of him asking the questions about it. Still think Liam is making this stuff up for attention? Well, I'm going to cross the most interesting rumour. Back in summer I found an interview with Mercury Steam where they said they really wanted to make a Metroid on 3DS. Funnily enough, the day after I posted the article, this happened. I found this quite funny considering it was brought up the day after I found the other interview. People came out and said, "Oh, what do you expect? It's him." And again, they don't analyse his information from when he shared it. I watched a video of Mercury Steam showing off their latest game, Raiders of the Broken Planet. Its story involves being able to communicate with telepathy. This doesn't have any bearing to the Metroid pitch, as the story wasn't disclosed, but there was a feature mentioned in Raiders which would be an insanely lucky guess. You can play the campaign from multiple perspectives. Why is this significant? Because Liam managed to correctly guess a feature which only pops up on rare occasions, and it isn't exactly a mainstream feature. So how did he guess that Raiders would have this? I don't know, but my gut tells me he had sources. But maybe he could have guessed it. It's worth noting that Liam makes no reference to the interview I found where they say they wanted to make a 3DS game in the original article he wrote on Nintendo Life. If he knew the interview existed, I don't know. But considering he put up people in Spain on 4chan saying they were making the new Metroid, I think he would have used it as evidence to prove his point. The denial is interesting because you can take it to mean he was, like Shovel Knight, making it up. But it's worth noting that this has happened before. I know of two other occasions that is, where games have been developed without permission and both were cancelled. One was denied constantly, and Matt Casamassina, the poor soul who was responsible for the rumour, went to great lengths to vindicate himself. He even started playing it on IGN. GoldenEye HD is the other instance I'm aware of. No, not the GoldenEye that came out. I'm talking about the 2008 game. Oddjaw 2, someone who signed up claiming to work at Rare, posted some screenshots and he was met with major scrutiny, just like Matt and just like Liam. Rare developed the whole game without going through all the legal hurdles, and it was cancelled right before it could release. Yes, it was apparently finished. It's also worth noting that the parties involved never denied the project was happening. What they did deny is the story which explained its cancellation. And this is also worth a note. Mercury Steam have done this before. This is exactly how Lords of Shadow came to be, allegedly. They pitched it to Konami as a Castlevania game. Konami said no, one division of Konami, and then they went to Japan and presented the game, and Hideo Kojima, the person behind Metal Gear, said, hold on a minute, why isn't this Castlevania? So, that raises an interesting question. If they've done it with Castlevania, are you absolutely sure they wouldn't do it with Metroid? I think that Halo DS and GoldenEye No Man's Land edition proved that this does happen and companies just outright lie about it. I'm hoping one day we get to see this Metroid game Mercury Steam had, because I'd love to see it. When I heard about the pitch by Next Level Games, I liked the sound of it, but seeing the pictures made me understand why Nintendo turned it down. That's just my opinion though. If you're someone who is sceptical of Liam, you should analyse his stories, research what he's saying, and then draw your own conclusions. He's just trying to help. He does this because he wants to get information out there to people. I used to do this and I eventually got some kind of help, but that help is now gone. All the research I've done lead me to conclude that Liam does have sources, it's just the information gets muddled. I think it's a shame Liam won't be doing this anymore, because I really like to hear his information, and I'm sure others did. The fact he has people supporting him now proves he had some kind of audience. In regards to what personal benefits I get, he shares stuff about his upcoming projects, and I know about what's going on. In regards to that Metroid pitch, I think that it happened. How do you explain Raiders having a multiple campaign story if Liam just cooked this up in his head? I just can't believe that happened.